Sastasha Seagrot. Hard.
Tired of the general buffoonery and gross incompetence of the Serpent Reavers, the Zahagan have chosen to occupy the Sea Grot themselves, using it as a staging area for a massive attack on Vilbrand. What few of the Serpent Reavers' crew remained were tempered by Leviathan in a wave of ether so powerful that they were mutated into aquatic monsters and let loose in the Sea Grot to keep out any would-be invaders.
Hi, I'm Tyler, Final Fantasy XIV player and amateur bartender, and I've made it my mission to craft a cocktail for every dungeon in the game. And today we're doing Sastasha Hard. Welcome to a Cocktail Reborn. Let's get started.
Sastasha is hard mode done right. It's everything that was fun about the original with new challenges and even a couple of familiar faces. Did you like the fights with Captain Madison? Do you wish they were a bit more complicated? Well, now you can fight him looking like a member of Davy Jones' crew from the second Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Hell, he even runs away like the little bitch he is, only to be taken out by the real final boss. Which is not Den the Orchid Tooth, because we killed his bitch ass all the way back at level 15. No, it's the Kraken. Kraken! Which, I always wondered, is this the same Kraken from the Hullbreaker Isle? And wanted to get revenge for his embarrassing defeat? Because if so, he's not doing a very good job, because this version is a lot easier than the Hullbreaker Isle version. Anyway, all this to say that this is going to be an interesting revisit to my very first cocktail on the channel. So let's get to it. Let's craft! Much like the original Stone Vigil, my original Sastasha was more of a vibes drink than anything else. The only thing that really tied it into the dungeon was the garnish. I wanted to maintain the vibes in this drink, but I also wanted to take a bit of inspiration as well. This will be the marrying of how I was mixing at the beginning of this series and how I'm mixing now. So to start off, we'll be staying with rum. But we're going to need to change things up a bit since we have the Kraken. So we will again be using Kraken spiced rum, which is really not all that spiced. It's really more of a vanilla rum. While Kraken is high enough proof to be our soul-based spirit, its flavor on its own is not my favorite. So for our Captain Madison inspiration, I'll be doing another rum, a blended rum, to signify the Captain's transformed nature. For that, I'll be going with Planteray 5-year. Much like the Captain, this rum performs best when surrounded by support, but it's pretty good on its own as well. For our undersea scorpion friend, I wanted something that had a little bite to it, so we'll be doing Allspice Dram. Homemade because I can't buy it in Utah without special ordering it. As I stated in the intro, the remaining Serpent Reavers that we did not kill originally were transformed by Leviathan in a wave of water-aspected ether. So, to represent these poor souls, well, are they really poor souls? I mean, they knew what they were getting into. Lay down with dogs and wake up with fleas, or in this case, barnacles. Anyway, I wanted something that would help the drink taste like the sea again. And what helped me accomplish that last time was Green Chartreuse, so I'll be using it here. I don't think I've used any Chartreuse whatsoever since Aurum Vale, and Green Chartreuse I haven't used since the original Copperbell Mines, so I felt it was time to dust the bottle off, as it were. With its proprietary blend of herbs and added sugar, despite its high ABV, this will help add some very nice complexity to the drink. To represent the dark waters you drain when you pull the lever, I've decided to include Demerara simple syrup. With the molasses content, it adds a little bit more bite to it than just straight up simple syrup. The next ingredient is something I wanted to try to get to work in the last version of the drink, but I just never quite got it there. But I think in this state it will work. For the general brackishness of the entire environment, I'm going to add 1 sheet of salted Seaweed Snack. I know it sounds weird, but the umami of the seaweed as well as the salt will really help tie everything together. And finally, for acid balance, lime juice. While the original used our drink mixer, I'll be shaking this one in order to incorporate the seaweed sheet. We'll start by putting a full ounce of lime juice into our shaker. Next, we'll add 1/4 ounce Demerara simple syrup, half an ounce of Allspice Dram, half an ounce of Chartreuse, 1 ounce Kraken, and 1 ounce of our Planteray 5-year. Then we'll add ice and our sheet of seaweed. Shake for 15 seconds and double strain into a double rocks glass or Mai Tai glass to make sure that you get all of the seaweed. Top up the drink with crushed or pebble ice. Next, we'll garnish by pulling a large peel from a grapefruit. Cut 3/4 of the way up the peel in strips to make tentacles. Then, taking 2 cherries, pinch just above the tentacles with a cocktail pick and a cherry on either side to represent the Kraken's eyes. Then drape over the top of the drink. And here we have Sastasha Hard. Let's give it a taste.
You mean to skip ahead to a world where you can watch the rest of the video? Hear me then. Not as a viewer, but as simply you. As I learned from my YouTube analytics, you are a formidable foe. Stronger than any I have faced. Against you, I need bring my content to bear. I need burn the candle of my mixology. This is the sole pleasure I know, and it is the sole pleasure I have to share. And so I come before you to issue a Patreon and offer singular bliss. If you wish to skip ahead, I will not stop you. You value content. You do not burn your time, save for that you deem worthy. Early access and exclusive videos, the content of a patron, true. But there is more to you than that. You know this to be true. Just as you know the thrill of pushing your bar and budget to their limits, of confronting ever mightier bottles, dancing ever closer to the precipice, wondering if this will be the one to finally fill the void. Such spirits you seek for their own sake, and no other reason. Is this not so, patron? Sign up for as little as $5 a month for exclusive content every month. Link in the description. Cheers. Oh. Ooh. That turned out a lot more in-depth than I expected. First thing that comes out is the chartreuse. And you get a lot of aroma from this grapefruit peel that I use for my Kraken. Speaking of Kraken, the Kraken rum also shows up fairly prominently. Yeah, you get the Kraken rum, you get the Planteray. It's just sweet enough. I'm glad I added that Demerara. I didn't originally have it in there. And then the allspice works really well with the chartreuse. It tastes like Christmas. I was afraid the allspice was going to get lost behind the chartreuse, but no, they're not even really competing. They work very well in tandem. This turned out really nice. I like this more than the original. The original, I was basically just trying for one thing, to get it to taste like the sea. And this one has a bit of that brackishness to it. It's not quite as salty or vegetal as my original. There was salt on the seafood snack, as they call it. But it's definitely toned down here. It's almost, what is that? It's almost fruity. What is that? I get that astringent after feeling from the chartreuse as well. Oh, wow, that grapefruit is very strong. I just bought it before I filmed, and it is a fresh one. It almost tastes like, what is that? I don't know. It's like everything combined makes this fruit flavor that's not quite familiar, but at the same time is. Can't quite put my finger on it. Almost like, I don't know, almost like Trix or Fruit Loops. You know, I wonder if that's the lime. I wonder if it's the lime that's doing that to everything else, just kind of making everything a little frooty. Yeah, that is a knockout. I love this. And that is Sastasha Hard. Sound off in the comments below if you decide to make this drink. I made it to my personal taste, so your mileage may vary. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And check out the Patreon if you want. You can sign up for as little as $5 a month. And stay tuned for the next one, which will be the Sunken Temple of Karn Hard. And until then, hear, feel, drink. Cheers.
Thanks for watching, and a big thank you to all of my patrons whose names are scrolling across the screen right now. You can sign up for as little as $5 a month in the description below. And a big thank you to my Alliance level patrons, KLG Chaos, Mal the Pal, Shy, and John Egbert's Gaming Club. See you next time.